The following program is a live broadcast and despite our best efforts may contain coarse language, sexually explicit material, scenes of nudity, and other mature subject matter which may be offensive to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Special live coverage of the 2024 Toronto Pride Parade. We are broadcasting live right here in downtown Toronto. This is the 43rd annual Pride Parade. And this year's theme is be and you fill in the blank. For example, be bold, be beautiful, be G-licious, just like my co-host Bill Coulter.
So kind. You know what? It is so good to be back with you and be along the parade route. We're doing a bit of a hotel takeover to start off the show. We're going to interview a couple that's been together for 20 years and hosted a party here at the hotel for the last 15. So pick up on the B theme. Be proud, be authentic, be unabashedly fabulous. And I think that's a vibe you're going to find along the parade route all afternoon long. The parade, by the way, starts at Bloor Church, works its way west to Yonge Street, down Yonge Street all the way to Dundas, and then west over to Nathan Phillips Square, where so many festivities continue to round out the day. It has been a month and it has been a weekend, and boy, the energy is just building here along the parade route. So I'm going to send it back over to you. I will, of course, join you in a little bit, Chi, but for now, it's back over to you from the balcony.
All right, thank you so much, Bill. I can't wait for you to join me right here on the platform, right here on Yonge Street in the middle of downtown Toronto. And I am joined by some very special guests. You are looking at some of the queens of House of Venom.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello, happy Pride.
Happy Pride. I have Queen Z, Queen Nasty, and Queen Midas. And you recently won the Absolute Empires Ball. Tell me a little bit more of this competition.
Yeah, Absolute Empires Ball is a house-based drag competition here in Toronto, the biggest in the country. And basically we had to compete by doing group performances, solo performances, and runways to get crowned eventually. And there was 9 houses competing this year. It was very, very intense, but a lot of fun. And we just came together as sisters to perform down.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What is it like to prepare for a big competition like that?
So this competition is very quick paced. You have about a month to get everything together, so you really got to put your minds together and think of your best ideas as fast as you can. But luckily, we get to lean on each other and we really got to shine and show our sisterhood through our performances.
And I know it's been a busy time for all of you. You recently performed at the Drag Ball as well as Starry Night. It's been a busy month.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we did Drag Ball and Starry Night, and it was an amazing opportunity. We got to work with amazing other established queens that have been on Drag Race, and it was just an amazing opportunity all around.
Yes, and I know that with Pride Month, it really is a month of celebration, but it's also to let people know to be authentically you. What would you like to say to people tuning in this afternoon?
I think during the Pride Parade and during Pride in general, sometimes it can be a little intimidating to get downtown or to get involved, but it's really a time where no matter what stage you are in your queerness or your levels of confidence, you can always just come to Pride and be yourself, and you can really find yourself here and find some sisters.
And I know you want to give a special shout out before your performance here.
Yes, I'd like to give a shout out to Absolute Vodka. Thank you so much, Absolute Vodka, for making Pride possible for so many queer people around Toronto and the world.
Okay, this year's theme is be and you fill in the blank, so I'll let you fill in the blank.
So I would like to say my be blank would be absolutely yourself.
Mine is be confident. Confidence can get you really far, and just showing your true authentic self and who you really are, and just own it. Own yourself.
Mine would be ferocious, be fearless.
All right, thank you so much. We are in for a real treat. We're gonna kick off the celebration here, Pride Toronto, with a special performance by House of Venom. I'll let you take it away.
what I'm talking about. Be fabulous. That was awesome, House of Venom. We are up here, as we mentioned. We've done a bit of a hotel takeover, but not without the permission of those who are using it as their platform to not only watch the parade, but certainly celebrate Pride. Chris Brown and Dave Mitcher, tell me a little bit about why this tradition started of renting out this hotel.
It's the only parade, only hotel along the parade route that actually has balconies overlooking the parade. And we started to hang out here. This is where we stayed, and all of a sudden we found there were people fighting for these rooms, and we thought, I'm going to start putting my name in. And here
we've had it now for 15 years. This is our 15th. We've been together 20 years, and yeah, it's been a fabulous tradition.
That's wonderful. So over all those years, you're kind of telling me you've seen a lot of things change, including the condos go up, but has the vibe along the parade changed as well?
It's grown so much. We noticed this year, the trans parade was huge. It was so great to see, right? A few years ago, it was a trickle of people. The same with the Dyke March, you know, when it came on, and now the whole week has become incredible. It's just incredible.
I think the most incredible thing is we're seeing more and more younger people coming, you know, like we're in our 60s, and you know, it's a fight that can't stop. I mean, we see what's going on in the States, and we're concerned about some of the things that are happening here in Canada. And like, well, my heart just, you know, shines when I see so many youth coming out, participating, standing up for friends, and saying, you know, I'm here because I love people, I support people, and that's all that matters. So
it's a really important point, because this kind of started as marches and protests back actually in the mid-'70s, and then kind of coalesced into this Pride Parade.
1981. And I remember we marched up Church Street. We didn't have a permit. We were behind a flatbed truck. We were shouting, we're here, we're queer, get used to it. And people have gotten a lot used to it. There's so many more doors open. It's amazing.
And you're talking a little bit about how important it is for younger people to still feel like they have a place here. Sometimes people think, oh, the village is kind of spread out and we don't need this kind of fight anymore. But there are a lot of those that are falling through the cracks or coming in from areas where they're not accepted.
Yeah, the fight's not going to stop. I mean, you know, with the work that I do, I find myself, I'm always in a position where I'm arguing LGBTQ rights, and it's an important thing. And there's, you know, it all depends on the political will, and if that shifts, then you know, the things that we have can easily be taken away. We can't accept silence. You have to continue to fight.
And modeling different kind of families is important too. Tell me a little bit about the shirts you're wearing.
So this Father's Day, our daughter gave us these ticky-tacky Hawaiian shirts, and we opened them and went, oh, and then we saw the kids all over them, the grandchildren. We have 5, there's only 3 here, but just melted our hearts, right? Yeah. So we had to wear them today. We really felt
it would be perfect for Pride, because it's part of our life, right?
It is. It's wonderful to see. And tell me a little bit about the other traditions, because you're about to don me with a hat. Oh, yeah. What happens here at your parties?
Every guest has to wear one of these hats, because it used to be really hot here before the condos went up. So we had these hats, everybody wore them, and we always get a picture of all the guests with a silly hat. So here's yours.
Okay, so I'm about to be, this is Crown. I was the one who said be unabashedly fabulous. So here we go. Is it me?
There you go.
I think it is. I hope it doesn't blow away. Take your picture. Gee, I'm going to send it to you. Hey, how do I look?
All right. Thank you so much, Bill. And I love the hat. And of course, we have you covered right here on CP24, all the way from the sky right down to the ground. Melissa Duggan is also helping us with the parade coverage, and we'll throw it to her right now. Melissa, happy Pride.
We've got cheering, we have got clapping, we have got music, we have got floats, we have got marchers, because the Pride Parade is in full effect right now, and it is a party here at ground level. Everyone's having a blast, making friends along the way. Hello, what's bringing you out here today?
Happiness, joy, and love.
And what does Pride mean to you?
It's me. Pride means freedom for me, because in my country this doesn't work. Yeah, here I feel so free, so secure. I feel at home. Yes.
Wonderful. Happy Pride to you. And how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling actually wonderful. It's a way to express ourselves, so.
And what's bringing you out here to the very front of the row, by the way?
My sign and support everybody that's marching in the parade today.
Happy Pride to you. So it's all about a big celebration here on the ground at Pride. We're at Bloor and church. This is where all of the floats, all of the marchers are just launching off from. So we're seeing them nice and fresh right now as they make their way down Bloor Street, and then they're going to head down Yonge, all the way down to Dundas, and finally making their way to Nathan Phillips Square. But boy, we've got a lot of marching to get through before we get to there. And lots of people just enjoying this gorgeous day. You know what's also very handy? A lot of flags in the crowd, and this wind is just making them fly. We're seeing all those colors, all those smiling faces today, and just having a blast. Hey guys, happy Pride to you. I'm gonna throw back to you guys.
All right, thank you so much, Melissa. So again, we have wall-to-wall coverage right here on CP24 from 2 p.m. all the way to 6 p.m. It is the biggest celebration right here in Canada. Happy Pride. Happy Pride. We're going to take a break here on CP24. More to come. Welcome back to the 43rd Annual Pride Parade right here in downtown Toronto. It is the largest Pride Parade in Canada. We're right here on Yonge Street.
I'm loving this music playing for the intros this year. I'm doing my best not to dance and jump up and down, or our camera operator is going to get very mad at me. This is man, you know Osmo.
Oh,
it's like shit.
Happy Pride.
Yeah, how are you? Happy Pride.
I'm good.
Tell me a little bit about how things have been going for you and Pride TO this year.
Oh my God, so Pride is going awesome. It's like, we thought it was gonna rain, but obviously the clouds have made space for a rainbow, and so we're here,
Yes.
we're just celebrating, yeah.
It was raining bubbles up there.
I know,
Up there. That's all we need on this weekend. But tell me a little bit about, because you are celebrating 50 years of sort of Pride work towards, bringing us to where we are at this point.
Yes.
It's also the 43rd parade. Tell me a bit about the whole evolution of the Pride movement and Pride TO.
Yeah, I mean, it's a place for folks to actually celebrate themselves, to live within their truth. We've seen so many folks coming together and just celebrating who they are. We've seen so many performers, so many folks from advocacies from all around the world. We even see refugees and newcomers to Canada just are able to come home to Canada and celebrate themselves.
And Osmel, before we went live, we had so many people come up to Bill and myself and say, I'm from Peru, I'm from this country. And they said that they're so happy to be in a country where we can be celebrated for just being you. And they were so happy to be a part of the festivities here.
Yes, and that's the thing. It's like we also have what is known as Refugee Pride. It's so that folks who are not able to celebrate Pride in their home countries and coming here to Canada and being like, I want to live my truth, are able to do so. And that is why Pride is so important still.
Yeah, sometimes, we all live sometimes in our own little bubbles, and sometimes you feel particularly safe, and you've gone through this journey, and you think there are those that aren't struggling as much as you. But even in our own country, there are those that still want to see this representation, want to be part of this community, and it is incredibly meaningful, right?
Exactly. And that is why we have over 25,000 people marching today with over 266 parade contingents. And the best part of it is our theme, which is Be. So for me, my Be is Be Flawless.
Oh! Okay, that's a high bar.
I mean, I tried.
But you are flawless.
Thank you.
Also, the Dyke March and the Trans March, they are growing a lot.
Exactly. Yesterday was the Dyke March, and before that was the Trans March. We saw so many folks who are coming together and actually supporting folks within the trans community and within the Dyke community to express themselves, and that is very important right now.
It's pretty incredible when you reflect back on how the Pride Parade became to be. It started off with a day of protest, then it expanded into a week-long festival, and now it's a celebration for an entire month. That's pretty incredible.
Exactly, but the thing that we need to remember is that Pride is still a protest. Every single day we have to fight for our rights to have that voice within this community.
Be proud, be authentic, be flawlessly fabulous. That's so good. Thank you so much for being here. And enjoy the rest of the There's lots to come. Lots of programming still with Pride TO.
Yes, so enjoy.
Happy Pride. Thank you so much. And as you know, this is an incredible parade. It is the largest in Canada. And as Osmel mentioned, more than 266 groups participating, 25,000 marchers. That's pretty incredible.
That's insane.
Yeah, and the parade route starting at Church and Bloor. I think it's already underway. It's worked its way over to Yonge Street, and now it's starting to work its way down. down Yonge, where it will eventually turn west on Dundas and finish up at Nathan Phillips Square. Okay, thank you so much for being here. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
You're always flawless.
Be careful going down the steps there. And then we have a very special guest here. As you know, this parade gathers so many different people, artists, musicians, singers. Guess who's joining us? Biff Naked joins us.
This is Grace. This is Grace.
Oh my gosh, you are
She's
so
telling you
adorable.
secrets. She's telling
She
you
has
her
good
Yorkie
secrets to tell. She said we are all fabulous today. And love is love is love.
How old is Grace?
Grace is 4.
Hi, Grace.
And she says happy Pride.
Yay! Biff, tell us a little bit about your Pride experience so far this year.
Oh my gosh, every year is better and better. And here in Toronto, there's no better place to be in the summer.
And I know that you are not only an advocate for animals, but you've been an advocate all these years for the 2S LGBTQ plus communities. Why is this so important for you?
You know what? Honestly, it's the connection in the community, but it's more vital now than ever before. And look at all these happy, shining, smiling faces. I mean, you know what? It's just glowing from the inside out. Everybody here has just love in their hearts, and it's so good to be together.
Music is such an important part of personal identity. I mean, we have those songs that we hang on.
Yeah.
Can we trouble you to just sing us a few bars as we head to break?
Well,
and maybe
yes, and we should mention Biff has a brand new single out called Champion. We know you're a champion of the underdog.
You are a champion.
And she's performing at the Bold on July 6th, so something to keep in mind.
On Saturday.
Is Grace your backup singer?
Grace is my backup singer, but honestly, the song that I think really represents how I feel today and how everyone feels here is Love Yourself today. And so let's do it.
Let's do it.
I love myself today, not like yesterday. I'm cool, I'm calm, I'm gonna be okay. I love myself today, not like yesterday. Take another look at me now, cause it's your last look. Your last look forever.
Thank you so much. Happy Pride. Happy Pride. We're going to take a break. We'll have much more from the parade route. Happy Pride, everyone. We'll be right back. I say the energy of the Pride Parade is about 1,000 out of 100, and that's only, I feel, going to amp up as the front of the parade works its way towards us here at Yonge and Grenville. This is an exciting time, I think, to be alive and to be part of the community. There's a lot of work that's been done and a lot of work left to do, but we're here with Paul Seguil, and you're from the 519, and you know, if people don't know the 519, they need to. It does such amazing work in the community. Tell me about what you've been up to this weekend and the kind of people you've been seeing come through Green Space.
Well, we're so proud. So for those who don't know, the 519 is Canada's largest 2S LGBTQ plus community center. So we provide services year-round, and this year we have our participants from our refugee and newcomer settlement program participating in the parade, a lot of them coming from countries that don't allow something like this. And so for many of them, this is the first time they're coming out to celebrate who they are, to be who they truly are, and they are so excited to be here.
What has the response been like when they come to you and then see what is unfolding here, especially here in Canada and Toronto?
So what I have to say is it's been an incredible year for the 519. Over the last year, over 10,000 refugees have accessed our services. That's in addition to all the other things that we provide, like seniors programming, early childhood education programming for trans youth. So we have the whole gamut of services. And so Green Space Festival, that, like you mentioned, is our largest fundraising initiative throughout the year. And we're so excited because so many community members have come out to support. We raised so much money as a result of it, and we want to just thank our community members for supporting the 519 this year.
And it's an incredibly accessible. I was talking to someone, and they were saying this is like the only festival program that is open to everyone who doesn't have to pay. This is a music program. There's DJs, top drag queens. You know, obviously you're supported through the sale of drinks and also through wristbands and other ways, and people who just want to donate because you do such great work. But that's significant because people who are coming perhaps with very little still feel incredibly included.
inclusive.
And that's really it. The 519 has always been about providing safe and inclusive spaces for our community. We want to make sure that everybody has a great time. We want to make sure everybody has a chance to be themselves. The theme of this year's Pride is be. Be you, be loud, be fun, be fabulous, and that's what the 519 is trying to provide. Our Green Space Festival has been going on for 16 years. The 519 is going to celebrate its 50th anniversary in a couple of years, and we just want the community to have a space where they can be proud, they can have fun, and just be themselves.
And I know we've had a month-long celebration, but really the work is all year round,
Absolutely.
Right? And what's most important for you right now? What is the main focus right now over the next little while?
Well, the reality is, people always ask, why do we still need Pride? Why does this happen every year? Why do we just shut down the streets? And it's because every year we still have to assert ourselves. We still have to fight for our safety. And this year particularly, the 519 has seen an uptick, the rise in hate crimes. And so for us, it's an important reminder that during this time of year, while we're celebrating these several days of the year, the work does continue year round. And so we ask, for folks to remember that while this is a good celebration, there's so much work to be done.
What's the most effective thing that you can share in combating that kind of rise? Is it just stay strong as a community? Don't let your voice be silenced?
And we just want people to know that there's a place for them to gather. There's a place that exists for them to advocate and to be a platform for change. And that's what the 519 has been about for all these years. And so whenever somebody feels unsafe, whenever somebody feels like they're alone, come to the 519, and there's going to be community there for you. And I hope that everybody has a great Pride. We hope that everybody has a great festival. The weather has turned out fantastic, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the parades coming through.
Oh yes, and it's on the way. I can see the flashing lights off in the distance. Happy Pride, Paul
Happy Pride. Thank you for having
Thank you for all the great work that you do. We're gonna set along the parade route to Melissa.
Hey, this is where all the fun gets started. All of the floats come out this way and the marchers come out from behind me. So if you are standing further down the route, like I know Bill and G are, this is where it all begins. Pride Parade in full swing right now, and boy, there is a big crowd where I am right now. Lots of happy faces as well. Hello, happy Pride to you. Why are you out here today?
I'm here in support of my two friends right here. This is my first Pride, and then this is their first time in Toronto. They're from America and Australia.
Oh, wonderful. So this is your first Pride? What do you think so far?
It's amazing. I'm completely overwhelmed, but it's amazing to see, and I'm so happy to be here.
And hello and welcome to Toronto Pride. What do you think so far?
Oh my gosh, it's wild. It's crazy. It's really cool, though. What do you think?
And what's your impression?
It's awesome. There's so many people from everywhere, and it's beautiful to see everybody here together.
Why was it important for you to come out here today and take this all in?
I think just like maybe we didn't really have this growing up, so to be able to come together and celebrate with everyone else that's also, celebrating, it's just been really special. So yeah.
And just being in the crowd, kind of taking in this atmosphere, when you head home, when you leave Canada, what's the kind of memory you're going to take away from this, do you think?
I love how the Canadians are just so welcoming. Like, there's Pride flags everywhere, it's everywhere. Even not in Pride Month, I've seen it here. It's just awesome how welcoming Canada is of all the Pride.
What does Pride mean to you?
It just means that I came up from a place where it wasn't, okay to be who I was, and now I'm here and I can be who I am, and so I want to show people who maybe be in a spot where they can't be who they are that it is okay and you can do it no matter what.
And are you dancing and cheering or what?
Oh, absolutely. We're dancing, we're cheering, we're crying a little, but we're having a great time.
Oh, wonderful. Happy Pride to you. Have a great day. Okay, so just a taste of the action that's going down here at the ground level. We're going to throw things back to you, Bill and G.
Thank you, Melissa. You can see the parade is just behind us. It's making its way right here at our spot on CP24. We are having a great time and walking the catwalk.
Before the Pride gets here, stick with us. We'll have much more from near Grenville and Yonge on CP24.
Happy Pride, Phil. I'm right here on Yonge Street. You can see the parade is about to hit our spot right here at Yonge and Grenville. But we want to talk to the people first. Happy
Devin.
Jason.
Okay, what would you like to say to people watching at home?
Just happy Pride and come here next year.
Yay! Thank you so much. I can't help but notice. Hi, how are you? And I love that your hair matches.
Thanks. I'm Taylor, and this is actually my first Pride.
What do you think so far?
I think it's a lot of fun.
You're in for a real treat. It's making its way here. Thank you so much. Look, they've got the flag waving proudly. Are you from Toronto?
We are.
And you're having a great...
Baby, happy Pride.
Happy Pride. Thank you so much. Okay, I have to point out the kids. Look at the kids. Can you blow your whistle?
You want to blow your whistle? Blow it.
Blow it, go for it. It's a big celebration. Look how cute this one is. Who did your makeup?
It's someone there.
Did someone do your makeup? Are you a butterfly?
Yes.
Yeah? You're so cute. Happy
Thank
Pride.
Happy
And
Pride.
hi, you guys. Want to say Happy Pride? Are you loving Pride? Yes. And I, of course, had to point out my friends here. You got here.
We love you.
Thank you. You got here early.
Early.
And it's about to make its way here.
Yes.
Excellent.
We're
And
grateful.
You're grateful.
You're worth the wait.
Oh, thank you so much. Just to watch us go live on CP24.
Yeah.
Happy Pride, everyone. Thank you so much. We'll make our way to the other side of the street here, because look, it's coming. Okay, we'll send it up to Bill.
Amazing. G put on ruby slippers today, I think, so she could tap them 3 times together and say there's no place like Pride, so she could be here any time of the year. The leading edge of the parade, which has worked its way along Bloor and now moving down Yonge Street to eventually end up at Nathan Phillips Square, it is almost here, and it is absolutely unbelievable energy here. We will be back with more from the 43rd Annual Pride Parade from Grenville and Yonge, broadcasting on CP24. We will be back. Good job. These are live pictures from Chopper 24 over Yonge Dundas Square. It's going to be one of the turning points along this parade route, which started at Church and Bloor, now winding its way just the leading edge of it, passing by us at Yonge and Grenville, and heading down to Dundas, and then turning west, finishing its way all the way to Nathan Phillips, where the programming will continue. Boy, that's hours of fun to be had before they get there. Gia and Lee, we are here with 2 very special guests, Phoebe and also SJ.
Hi. Yes, and you will actually know Phoebe because your mom is a dear friend of CP24, Tracy Melchor, with E-Talk.
And Canada's Drag Race.
Yes! Girlfriend represent! So tell me a little bit about what has been your experience through not only the festival, but maybe the entire months, and as it's culminated in today, what are you most excited about?
Well, I actually started off my month in LA at We Hope Pride. I walked for Governor George Gascon at the LADA's office, and I made my way over here. I've been out and about with SJ, going to festivals, going to DJ sets, and yeah, it's been great just seeing all the community, seeing Toronto lit up in rainbow.
How does Toronto compare then? You said you were in LA. I mean, we are a pretty bright, shining, fabulous slate of the world, aren't we?
Well, I honestly think I think Toronto's got it in the bag.
Yeah.
No shade.
We know your mom has been a huge advocate and an ally for the US LGBTQ plus community. What has she taught you? Because I've known you since you were a little baby. Just wanted to know what she has taught you and what values she's instilled in you.
Always from a young age, it was never a matter of questioning. It was always just ingrained into my life, LGBT communities and all that. So it was never a question for me. I've been taught love, respect, all that good stuff. So it was never a question for me. From birth, it's been like that. Yeah.
I think it's really important for people who maybe haven't had the same experience as you
Absolutely.
to have role models, or at least people. I remember one of the challenging things that were said to a lot of the people I knew is like, you're going to have such a lonely life. It's going to be so difficult.
Absolutely. Look
does
around.
not. Yeah, this is a community.
And SJ, this is your second Pride Parade. What do you think so far? It is the largest one in Canada.
Yeah, I'm loving all the outfits so far, the pop culture representation, the sparkles, the glitter. I'm loving the rainbows, and I'm
amazing.
So happy to be here.
Amazing.
What are so the theme this year is B ... Have you thought about what your B is?
What my B is?
So I say be bold, be fun, be G-licious.
Yeah. My B is be proud. Be proud, everyone.
Yes.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride. And be here, be present. We're not going anywhere.
Never.
And even if it starts to shower on us, that is just something we're going to embrace and look even better as we sparkle and dazzle. Nature's glitter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've got a blessing from Mother Nature.
What are you going to be doing with the rest of your day and I guess the weekend as it winds down?
I think we're just going to be hanging out, listening to some music, going up and down church. We might go see some drag queens perform and just glitter it up and enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love that. Music is such an important part of identity.
Absolutely.
And you hear such good music programs all over. There's so many stages and so much left to Pride. So yeah, we're not going to... These showers make me a little nervous. I didn't forecast these ones. They never last too
The
long.
great thing with a little bit of rain afterwards, the rainbows come out.
Yeah, exactly. I hope there's a rainbow. Oh my gosh.
This won't last long. Thank you so much for being up here with us. Happy Pride.
Happy
Be
Pride.
authentic, be fun, be unabashedly fabulous.
And be careful going down the steps.
and be careful. Now, G, you were with me last year.
Yes.
And it's such a fun thing to be back. But 2000, it's hard to believe. World Pride 2014 was the first time I got up on this stage and got to really experience what Toronto offers, not only in terms of a good party, but as a bit of a beacon to the world. And we were talking about a lot of the programs focused on newcomers to Canada that are coming from places. We just had the International Grand Marshal, who is from New Zealand, and a former athlete, a parliamentarian who helped New Zealand usher in the legalization of same-sex marriage. So really significant progress being made around the world, but still so much in so many other countries where it is just, in some places it's not just not allowed, but a threat to life and safety.
Yeah, and that's exactly why when Osmil joined us from Pride Toronto, he said it's still a protest. Although it is a big celebration today, there's still so much more work to be done. And that's why something like this is so important.
Yes, so we can celebrate the wins, even if they're small ones. We are going to continue to dance and celebrate because we're having a fantastic time.
Yes.
The 43rd Annual Pride Parade. We're here at the corner of Yonge and Granville. We'll be back with more on CP24.
I have my ruby sneakers on now,
I love
so
it.
I can dance.
Quick change.
Quick change. Welcome back to the 43rd Annual Pride Parade right here in downtown Toronto. You can see a massive crowd lining the streets on Bloor and Yonge Street, and right here at our point at Yonge and Grenville. What a turnout, Bill.
It really is, and I haven't taken off my weather hat at all. I just checked the radar. Literally, the cloud passed right over the GTA, and it's about to pull away. The skies are already brightening in the west, but you know what? Sometimes the rain brings a rainbow, and the rainbow shows our colors, and our colors show our strength. So I have no problem with this rain. I want to welcome to the stage our International Grand Marshal, Louisa Wall, from Black Pride, Kojo Modeste. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, and happy Pride to
Happy
Toronto.
Pride.
This is amazing. Like, we can't ask for better. It is super, super amazing.
And I would say God is good all the time because God has brought the rain to smile down on this rainbow family.
Absolutely, freshen us up. Sometimes you don't want it hot where you're baking all day.
Yes.
I just want to start with you, Louisa Wall. It's an incredible inspiration for us. I know legalized same-sex marriage came to New Zealand in 2013. We had it here in 2005. But tell me a little bit about your experience. You're a former athlete. You worked as parliamentarian. Well, your journey is an impressive one.
Oh, look, I think my journey really is about community, the sporting community, the political community. Obviously, for me, the Indigenous Two-Spirit, the rainbow community. What I've learned in life is that you use your platform, your privilege, to advocate for our people. And for our people to be able to come together and celebrate with all of Toronto, this beauty, the magnificence of our community. And we're inclusive. Everybody's welcome in our rainbow family. And that's what I think we've seen today is the coming together of Toronto and all of our families, unifying to celebrate.
Absolutely.
And we know that the entire world watches this parade. It is the largest in Canada, one of the largest in the world.
Yes, it is the second largest richest in the world. And I can tell you, there are people from every corner of the world in Toronto because we put on the best Pride. It is a party and it is a protest, and that's what Pride is about. That part of our history will never be taken away.
We can celebrate individuality and we can celebrate diversity. Tell me a bit about Black Pride and how that's grown over the last few years.
For me, being the executive director for one of the largest Pride in Toronto, but also in the world, but also being Black, I think it's really important that we celebrate our Black queerness. And I'm wearing my Black Pride primarily to send a message for all of my siblings from Africa, from the Caribbean, who are not free to be themselves. I am marching not just for myself, but for all of my other queer siblings to really show the support and solidarity.
Canada has always grown stronger with immigration, and a lot of new immigrants to the country kind of look to see how they can fit in. Yes. And a lot of programs right now, we're talking to 519 and Pride Toronto, are directed at them. What would you say to new immigrants coming here who want to feel included?
Well, I would say that they've come to a land where they can be their authentic selves. And can I also say, off the Two-Spirit community, you know, we experience cultural genocide around the world through colonialism, and actually our Two-Spirit family are a sign for all of us that we belong, that we are in the image of our ancestors, no matter what part of the world you've come from. And this really does shine the light on our communities and our ability to express ourselves fully. And that's why it's so incredibly important and why I'm so privileged to be here. So to Kojo and the team, I think they've done a magnificent job. But to the people of Toronto, you should be so proud that you have an environment where people can just be. And that's the theme. We all want to just be and be loved and embraced and nurtured as we are.
I love this year's theme, which is be and you fill in the blank. Be beautiful, be bold.
Yes,
I wanted to know, what would you say to fill in the blank?
Well, for me, it's be potential. I was born in the image of my ancestors. I'm fulfilling the dreams of my ancestors, and I think for all of us, we have an authenticity about ourselves that we must assert. This is more than just about the LGBTQI plus Two-Spirit. For me, it's about our Indigenous peoples around the world. And we have to reclaim and celebrate and revitalise our identities. And that's why this is so special.
Yes. It's wonderful. What about you?
Yes, and for me, it's just be courageous. Be courageous. We're on a mission, and we're going to fulfill this mission. Again, thank you for having us. And again, happy Pride Toronto.
Happy Pride.
This is what it's about.
Yes.
Thank you.
Be courageous, be loving.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. Be yourself.
Be yourself.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to be back with more for the 43rd annual Toronto Pride Parade broadcast on CP24. Happy Pride!
For more on the party, it is quite the party where you two are.
There are all kinds of dignitaries here, including our own Mayor, Olivia Chow. Olivia, happy Pride. I saw you yesterday running in the Pride Remembrance Run. The rain was coming down, and why do you always have a smile on your face?
Because there's so much love.
Yes.
And so much inclusivity. And that people can be who they are and love who they want. That is what makes people happy and joyous. And there's so much of it on the street, everywhere.
And Mayor, I always say we live in the greatest city in the world, and this is where we shine. We show the world that we need to be inclusive, we need to be kind, and that's what we're demonstrating today.
Absolutely, and Toronto is a global beacon of hope. I spoke to a lot of newcomers, and their smile in their face. I went to the choir at the church on Church Street, and when they were singing, that sense of joy and relief that they finally found a place, a secure place where they won't be persecuted, they won't be in jail, and be happy and safe. It is so amazing. We sometimes take it for granted. It takes the newcomers to remind us. So that's why this is so special.
You participated in this parade for a long, long time.
4 decades.
4 decades. What has been the biggest change for you that you've seen over those 4 decades?
Well, the fact that this is my first event as my mayor.
And that's your crew, by the way, squirting us with water.
I'll protect you. Sorry, carry on.
Well, because this is so much love. I think because during the COVID time, we weren't able to play.
Correct.
We weren't able to come out. And now everybody's going, ha! Now we can be out in the street and celebrate together.
Yes.
I think that's different. And the fact that I'm the mayor, I mean, the first time to be in a parade is just wonderful. Out of this world.
As a leader,
heavenly.
A lot of people are looking up to every message. And the B, we're going to ask you the B.
Yes, you're going to be bold. You're going to be fabulous as always.
Because that's the theme. B, dot,
Be
dot, dot.
loving.
Be loving. I know you have to get back to your
we're going to let you go. I'm going to take this.
Thank you.
Go there.
She doesn't have time to stop. She's literally running right now to her truck.
She's a good runner. I literally tuned into the CP24 broadcast early yesterday, and it was pouring. Happy Pride! And it was absolutely pouring, and she was there with a smile on her face, knowing how important it is. Like, rain does not deter any people who really believe in the movement to make people feel together and love.
And I love how not only is she running to her truck, but she's running in a beautiful purple sequins dress.
I know,
and now she's getting on her truck.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Okay, she deserves to take a break.
She does.
And so do we. So we are going to send it to break. We're going to show you some pictures from the parade. We'll be back with more for the 43rd annual Toronto Pride Parade.
Toronto Pride Parade. We are right here at Yonge and Grenfell. You're seeing a fabulous shot of the group from P Flag.
P Flag, your parents.
Yes, and then right behind us is Centennial College.
Oh, yes. The students have always been almost the biggest part in any sort of activist movement, and Centennial College certainly representing today, not only that portion, but the celebration as well. So, oh, look at that.
Look at that.
Okay, we're getting energy from this crowd and this parade route. So you go, Centennial College. Woo! All right, we're here with Tom Labour from Rainbow Sauga Alliance. And for anyone who doesn't really know what Rainbow Sauga Alliance is all about, tell us a little bit about who you represent and what your mission statement is here.
Well, thank you very much for having us here. As you know, Mississauga just turned 50 years old, and they've asked us to represent the city with the Rainbow Sauga Alliance, and we are recognized as the official LGBTQ 2S+ association. So we're so proud to be here, and thank you for making us so welcome. We are no longer a bedroom community in Mississauga. We are the 3rd largest city in Ontario, so we're out of the bedroom and proud. Good to be here.
I did used to live in Mississauga, right near Bloor and Cawthron for several years.
Oh my God, in Applewood.
Years ago, yes, when it was just, it has grown immeasurably. So you have such a diverse community as well. And diversity obviously being strength. What would you like to say to some of the people maybe new to Mississauga who really want to feel more accepted and more a part of this particular 2S LGBTQ community?
As a matter of fact, we are proud to announce that we had our rainbow crosswalk in the village of Clarkson, and then we had a pride flag racing at City Hall in Mississauga. And I will tell you, our former mayor, Bonnie Crombie, she was our biggest ally. She was so supportive. And our new mayor, I'm sure we'll work with her, Caroline Parrish. So we are looking forward to it, Thank you.
And as you mentioned, Mississauga being one of the largest cities here in Canada, how important is it for you to represent Mississauga here and let people know in your community that you welcome them with open arms?
As a matter of fact, some of the bystanders said, oh my God, I live in Mississauga. I didn't even know we had a group. So it was an eye-opener.
Good.
So next Saturday, July 6th, we have a Pride picnic in Port Credit. So everybody is welcome to come. So come and celebrate. It's an all family, all ages event. So it will be family friendly, and it's going to be just great. Yeah.
Perfect. They've got enough time because this weekend's a bit exhausting. They have a few days to recover.
I know. That was deliberate.
We're just going to ask you one final question before we send it to break. The theme of this year's Pride is be ... So what would you want to say? Be proud, be fun?
Be proud.
Be proud. It is the Pride Parade.
It is.
And it is the 43rd annual Pride Parade. Boy, has it changed
Wonderful.
over the years,
Yeah.
but for the better. We still have work to do. We're going to send it to break. We'll have much more on CP24 after this.
Thank you very much.
Happy Pride.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the 43rd annual Toronto Pride Parade, right here in the heart of downtown Toronto. And the organizers of this year's parade have said that they want a celebration of our right to be, our place to be, and our time to be.
Yes, and you know, it's a time to celebrate. It's a time also to think about all the advocacy and all the wins along the way for the community. And boy, one of the fighters or supporters, depending on how you look at it, for the last 50 years has been PFLAG. One of the most heartbreaking thing for me, and I want to welcome to the stage Andrew Scott and Lisa Delco from PFLAG. It's heartbreaking to me. I have some friends whose parents still have very limited relationships with them because of either being gay or non-binary or any of that. Tell me a little bit about what your main mission statement is right now.
So Toronto PFLAG's mission is keeping families together through support, education, and advocacy. And so that education comes in all different forms and across all different sectors, but we know most importantly that when we support and educate parents, they can support their kids for exactly the reasons that you're talking about. Because when we support the parents, then they're better able to advocate for their kids.
Yeah, and you know, it's so tragic and scary to think that you're not loved, but then you find a community that can really buoy you and help you through. Tell me a little bit about your experience.
So I came to Toronto PFLAG when I was first coming out to my family, and the love and education I got kind of kept me going as a trans man. It's a hard thing coming out to your family because you love them the most, and wanting to really like get that build and make sure you have that support is crucial. And coming to Toronto PFLAG helped me to really build that connection with my own family and understand where they were coming from when I came out. And my family's been really supportive, and I'm here to continue helping other families learn of what that process looks like for their kid as well as themselves.
So how does one take that first step? Because it takes a lot of courage to come forward and say something. So how does one take that first step?
So the first thing that a lot of people forget is we have to come out to ourselves first. Once we come out to ourselves, we then are able to come out to others. Usually we start with friends because the connections there can come and go. So those that we can sort of trial with. And then once we build that and build like our own comfort, we come out to those that mean more and more.
And it's a learning curve for families too. Like sometimes families are intimidated. They don't get, you know, all the pronouns right away, and then they're scared to even take those steps.
Well, 100%. And I gotta say, one of the things that people don't really recognize for the parents, I'm a parent of an NB kid, and when your kid comes out to you, you have to hit the ground running regardless of where you are, right? You could be surprised, you could be shocked. I know I was nervous because like I didn't know what I didn't know. But regardless, I've still got to be ready to advocate for my kids. So, like I say, when we support and educate the parents, they can help their kids. When my kid
what was your journey?
So when my kid came out, it was a good year and a half before I met another parent of a trans kid. And it was kind of a scary, lonely place to be because I did the best I could, but you know, I needed some education and support myself. So that's why this work is so important.
So if you're a parent and say you have a non-binary, if someone's come out to you as whatever they are authentically, what are those first steps? Do you go to the website? Do you look at it? Do you try to talk to people?
Yeah, I mean, first thing you do is you tell your kid, I love you. I love you, I will support you, and I will learn what I need to learn to help you along. That's what I did. And then, yeah, call us. Absolutely call us. All questions are welcome. You don't have to have it all down to be supportive. That's really important to know. You don't have to know everything to affirm and be supportive. As long as your kid knows you love them and that they know that you're going to be there for them, that is the most critical first step.
And I think with any difficult conversation, it is always great to start with, I love you.
Yes. Yeah,
because love will conquer all, right? Once you get to understand each other and understand the issues.
Yeah, well, like Drew said, how scary it is to come out to a parent, right? And they need to know you're going to be there because you're the most important person.
I love that.
Yes.
And you love is love. And happy Pride to both of you.
Happy
Thank you so much for being here. We're going to send it to Melissa Duggan along the parade route, and we'll have much more from the platform here at the corner of Grenville and Yonge coming up. Melissa, what's going on where you are?
Hey, Bill and G. You know, it is not every day that you could dance down Yonge Street, but on Parade Day, that is exactly what you got to do. We're seeing a lot of dancing, a lot of cheering here today, and a lot of really happy faces. Are you guys having fun? Hey, how you doing? Hey, how are you? We're live on CP24. What's been the highlight so far? What's been the highlight so far for you? Happy Pride to you. Okay, I found this happy-looking crew here. What has the highlight of the parade been for you so far?
Oh, I mean, we saw some amazing drag outfits, some really big feathers, and I think you got free sunglasses.
And free sunglasses doesn't hurt. What brought you out here today?
Oh, we've been for the last 3 years, ever since COVID kind of slowed down and we could be around community, and so being around people to share the love is amazing.
That's such a great point. You really get to appreciate being around such a massive group of people right now. What's it feeling like in the crowd right now for you?
It's just wonderful. There's so much energy, and it's so fun to be here every year. It gets better every year.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. And I'm wondering what your highlight has been besides the sunglasses. You got to give me one more.
The weather's literally perfect. I couldn't ask for more. It's amazing. Come out if you haven't.
That's right. There's still time to catch this show. What does Pride mean to you?
Acceptance and love.
And this year's theme is be. What are you being today?
I'm being joyful and just having a good time with my friends and enjoying the weather.
Got a fun crew here. Can I get a big happy Pride from you?
Happy Pride!
So that just gives you a taste of how people are feeling here on the sidelines, and just a whole bunch of energy moving down Yonge Street at this moment. We're headed all the way down to Nathan Phillips Square. That is where this group is going to be bringing these thousands of people taking part here today. Hey, how are you guys doing? You're marching in the parade. Are you having a blast?
Yeah, I'm having a blast.
And for a lot of people walking in the parade too, this is their first time doing it, being able to wave to these happy crowds that are thrilled to see them come through. I'm going to ask a few more questions of these parade goers. Hey, what's it like marching in the parade here today?
Oh, it's amazing. We love it. We're here to support everybody. Love is love.
Did you wear comfortable shoes?
I did. I'm good there. How about you?
I sure did. That's definitely a must. All right, I'm going to toss things back to you. We're going to keep hanging out here on the Pride route. Bill and G.
You're doing a great job, by the way, Melissa. It is so loud and so fun. The energy is like 1,000%. We're here with Ali Patel from Queer South Asian Women's Network, a fabulous organization from coast to coast to coast. And I was asking you a question during the break. I'm like, okay, is there somewhere you go? And you're like, no, it's online. And I kind of said, in some ways, for the new generation, that makes it so accessible, right?
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about what you do and who can really benefit from your support.
Yeah, so the Queer South Asian Women's Network is an incredible nonprofit organization for gender marginalized, LGBTQ+, South Asian women, and we're here to visibilize and enhance a sense of belongingness amongst our community. There's not it's been very hard over the past couple of years for our community to connect, and so our organization is actually the first to bring our community together, and being both online and now sometimes we'll do in-person space programming in all of the different cities. Like Toronto is our largest ones. We do Ottawa, Vancouver, Montreal. So it's great to just be connecting our community and have everyone actually find beautiful friendships and maybe even more. And it's beautiful.
Tell me why it was so difficult for you to connect your community. What were some of the challenges?
So it's actually interesting because I think just because there's been no designated space where queer South Asian women can meet, that was one. The other is a lot of our community is very closeted, right? We can't come out because of the cultural fears of what will people say, and a lot of, you know, just shame in our culture still of the colonially imposed homophobia. And so our parents don't, you know, want us being on the news. They don't want us being seen. And so it's often just hard to get people to come out and feel comfortable being in a safe space. So what we even do is we always assure, like, if you don't want to be photographed, we'll give you a pin and you can still come safely to our space. Like, we're really, really good on trying to help folks.
That's wonderful. I noticed there's a lot of, a bit of a shift in programming in the last few years to allow more program spaces for South Asian. Do you need that to get a lot bigger, or are you kind of happy with where you've come? Like, what's the fight there?
Every year we've been getting bigger and bigger and a lot more visible, and that is the most fantastic thing ever, because being invisible is the fight. We're trying to challenge our invisibility, and being able to, you know, be at Pride, be here on CP24 with you all. That's fantastic, because we're able to get that visibility so people know that you can be queer and brown, not just, you know, assuming all brown people are heterosexual, because we're not.
This year's theme is be and you fill in the blank. Be bold, be proud. What would you say to your members? What should they be?
Be authentically intersectional.
Yes, that's a great one. So if you were speaking to someone, and I think it's really important that you put out that it can be a really safe space or a really loud space, no matter what you want. If there's a South Asian woman who wants to connect and feels a little nervous about it, what would you say to that person?
I would let them know that our space is so great for inviting in new folks, whether you have no friends or nothing. We're so big on making sure there's no cliques. So if you want to come in, we will warmly welcome you and embrace you in our space. So all you got to do is follow us, connect, and then attend. We have online events twice monthly. We have the first Thursday of every month and the third Thursday of every month. We have a book club, and we have social spaces online, like games nights, workshops. It's so fun. Just come in and, you know, come vibe with us.
Beautiful. And so what's your handle? Like, how would people find you?
At QSAW Network.
QSAW Network.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
That's fabulous.
Olivia.
Happy Pride. I think your message is out there. It's going to keep growing.
Pride Mubarak, Pride Baltukal, as
Yes.
say.
Pride Mubarak. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
All right,
much.
we're going to send it to break, and we're going to have many more amazing guests like you coming up with our 43rd annual Pride broadcast. There's the Parade broadcast. We have been doing it for 3 years. We'll be back with more from the Pride Parade coming up.
And welcome back to the 43rd annual Toronto Pride Parade right here on Yonge Street in downtown Toronto. You see the crew from Alice Dawn, and right behind them, RBC. Woo! There are more than 265 participants, groups that are being represented here in what is the largest Pride Parade in Canada.
It does get a little loud, G, doesn't it? But that's good. That is the energy we want here, because people are celebrating and they're advocating, and it is still sort of a movement of activism as well. We're here with two of the members of York Pride, Adrian Alley and Jacob Gal. I got to ask you, you know, it's been going for a long time and it is growing. Tell me a bit about your role in York Pride, and what are you most excited about coming up?
For sure. So I am the Director of Arts and Culture, and I'm really excited to see the festival expand over the years. Next year is our 25th anniversary, and this year we just introduced the fashion show lineup with our segment, so it was really exciting to merge that level of arts with our festival and our parade as well.
All right, so we're celebrating today, but you mentioned the big anniversary next year. So next year is going to be bigger and better?
That's right. So the GTA, York Region, and the Greater Toronto Area, get ready to celebrate with York Pride, with Toronto Pride, because 25 years is something special. The Pride community is, for us, Pride is all about community. It's all about love and acceptance and patience. We have a lot of work to do with our region. We have 1.2 million people, 120,000 LGBT people that live and grow and work in York Region. So for us, being a part of Toronto Pride, getting the message out there, and being able to celebrate with everybody is our goal.
Yeah, not everyone has the privilege privilege of being able to come down and be part of the Toronto Pride Parade. You kind of want that feeling of love and acceptance where you are at home. So is that what you're walking in this parade to?
Absolutely. So Adrian and I met at a conference. It was Speak Out from YRDSB, and he wasn't out. And we had a chat. This was many years ago.
10 years ago.
Many. And then literally, I was like, you should join York Pride. And then next thing you know it, lo and behold, Adrian is now a director. He is doing so many amazing things, really pushing the limits on arts and culture at York Pride and in York Region. And for us, being here in Toronto, being all over the GTA, and sharing the message of equality and acceptance, and just encouraging people to be themselves. People are loved, and there are so many people in York Region that do not get the pleasure of being out and open.
That must have been a big moment for you, Adrian, just to know that there's an ally out there and encouraging you to be you. And we had a group here from Mississauga, and he was telling us that many people didn't even know there was a group available, a community in Mississauga. So this is good to know that you have this in York Region.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, so many people don't even know that we still exist. So hello, Toronto. Hello, the GTA. We are here. We are queer. We are very much alive. And so is the celebration up in Newmarket and across our 9 municipalities.
Okay, so what, you know, the theme of Pride this year is be fill in the blank, be ... I want to know what your B's are and what you would like to say to someone watching from York Region that maybe is newly coming into themselves.
All right, for me, from Jacob, it's just be yourself.
Yay!
For me, it's be fabulous.
Yes.
Because come on, you gotta live your authentic self. You gotta be fabulous and do that.
Life is short, so just have fun, be yourself, and come celebrate with us in 2025. Thank you, Blooming Wellies, for setting up my crown. And I hope everybody celebrates safely in Toronto and visits us next year, Father's Day weekend.
Diversity connection, it's so, so important. And we look forward to seeing what you have on tap for your 25th anniversary.
Amazing.
Amazing.
All right, we're going to send it to break. We'll have more with the live broadcast on the 43rd Toronto Annual Pride Parade coming up right after this. All right, these are live shots near Yonge Dundas Square. Boy, the parade route, which began at Bloor Church, now winding its way towards Nathan Phillips Square, down Yonge Street, turning right at Dundas. And the energy all along this parade route is absolutely phenomenal. Our live broadcast of the 43rd Annual Toronto Pride Parade continues with an incredibly important organization, the Canadian Foundation for AIDS Research. And boy, this has been a journey from when this parade was just a march, and then we went through the AIDS crisis, and we continue to see it as a pandemic, but we're making progress. I want to introduce you to Miles Sexton, Ambassador for Canfar, Kevin Noriega, and Maluba. Thank you for being here so much.
Thank you.
Let's start with you, Kevin. Kevin, tell me a little bit about where we're at and where we're going. I know there's been many strides towards finding a cure, but right now it's about having the conversation, right, and getting people tested.
Right. No, I mean, we've been around for 35 years, and then we've been on the fight against HIV and AIDS for that long. And I think we're at the last mile. We can end this epidemic in Canada by just getting access to testing, getting access to awareness, and making awareness around the country that you equals you, undetectable equals untransmissible, and that having HIV is no longer a death sentence, and people can live a long and healthy lives.
What are the challenges, though, still in getting that message across, Maluba?
I've been living with HIV since I was born, 31 years now, and I think getting that message, we've advanced so much with the science. We now have medication for people living with HIV, but there's still that stigma. So we want to get that stigma away, and we want to make sure that people living with HIV have the treatment, and people that are not living with HIV have the prevention, and that's really what's important to me. And I would love to see, I'm 31, I'd love to see in the next 31 years to see a cure.
Yeah, so you will, and you look fabulous.
I hope so.
And Miles, you're one of the national ambassadors for Canfar. How important is it for you to be here, but also to help break the stigma, as Maluba was just talking about?
I think representation matters, and it's so important to see people living and thriving with HIV, because I think a lot of people still think it's a death sentence, and it's not anymore. If you have an undetectable status, you can't transmit it to anyone, and you get to live a very normal, healthy life. So, yeah.
And Canfar itself, has grown immeasurably over the last several years. There's been all kinds of programs, from the Legacy program. Tell me what you're most excited about moving forward to not only get this message across, but to create the programs and also the fundraising that is so important and integral to what you do.
Absolutely. I mean, we're very excited because we're doing now partnerships across the country. We're starting a Legacy chapter in Vancouver and Calgary, and we know that it's important to get to the communities that need it the most. And so we have Six Fluent, a youth platform, youth awareness platform, that we know that youth are most at risk. And so the more that we get the message across to them early, the better. So I would just ask people to join us in the fight and to check Canfar at canfar.ca and to see all the things that we're doing across the country.
And Maluma, we're talking about, you know, one day finding cure, right? But in the meantime, what can people do to not only educate, but to help fund research, which is so crucial?
Well, it's supporting in any way that you can. I think it's very important if you can donate, if you can hear a message, if you can. I think that for people like myself, if people would just listen and take that time to care, erasing the stigma, that does a big impact. Something like Sex Fluid is so important to me because when I was a young person, I wish that myself and my peers had that education, and maybe I wouldn't live in such shame and stigma about my status.
Well, you have proud and confident voices, all of you right now. The theme of this year's Pride is be ... Can I ask each of you what is important to you to finish that sentence? Be...
I love it. Be authentically you.
Oh, Pride is being authentically fabulous.
Yes. And
Be fierce and get it done.
Be fierce. Okay, we're going to send it to Melissa. Thank you so much. Go
Thank
Canfar.
you.
Happy Pride. Melissa Dagan along the parade route. It's over to you.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Little Canfar red.
Everyone get in? Is everyone in?
Okay, we'll check back in with Melissa in just a moment, but let's paint a bit of a scene about what we're experiencing this year, because you were with me last year. I've been doing this since World Pride in 2014, and I got to tell you, there's a privilege to be able to stand at this corner and look out over the Pride route and feel this energy and feel this love. We've got with us from Gay Fathers of Toronto. Tell me a little bit about what your mission statement is and why it's such an important message to keep families together and to educate those that feel maybe that they've lost something by being perhaps gay as a father.
So our organization, the Gay Fathers of Toronto, has been around since 1978, so it's 46 years. I personally have been going for about 25 years. Our goal is to help men that are in a parenting role to really be their true authentic self. So we host support meetings both in person and online. So we try to reach as many men who really don't know where they're at or what they're doing or how the proper way it is to go about something like that in their journey. And like we talked about before, we want to do everything from a place of love. So the spouses don't feel like it's a problem, the children, and everybody comes out in somewhere that's positive. So we're creating different kind of families, new kind of families, and today we had a very, very special event. At this corner right there, at Carlton and Yonge, one of our members asked another one of our members to marry him. So today was a special day. So things like that, that's what we want to do. We just want positivity, and we want to reach as many people as possible that are in that scenario right now so that they can just come out and be happy, their spouses be happy, their new partners be happy, really everybody be happy, and always, always from a place of love. So we're really here for support for everybody, and we're open to everyone who wants to come and, get our help.
In your experience, what have been the challenges that you kind of step back and go, well, this is really kind of a common thread in when people are beginning this journey to become their authentic selves, and the fears maybe that you can help them overcome to get out and reconnect or be themselves?
Right, so at a certain point we were thinking, like with the internet and people, and really gay going, I want to say mainstream, some countries in the world, it isn't at all, but we're thinking maybe there would be no purpose or no goal for the Gay Fathers of Toronto. But contrary to that fact, right afterwards, we had our biggest meetings ever. We had the most people coming to us and asking for help because, you know, there's people that are truly in the closet. And when maybe with the internet and everything that's happened over the years, with COVID as well, it's helped us, you know, go online and reach gay fathers across Canada. So as everything is getting global and more like a web, so more and more people are coming to us. So I think the challenge is always, like we've said before, is keeping the families together and also bringing new partners that might not be used to having children around or another family that's already created. We want, you know, new families to be created because in this world, what is really a family these days? You know, a chosen family, your biological family. We don't know anymore. It's really what you make your family. And as we're seeing, people are making all different kinds of families. And here at the Gay Fathers, we want to help anybody to create whatever family they want to do.
And keep families together.
Exactly, keep families together. This is not for separation, it's to keep people together.
Absolutely.
We thank you so much for joining us. If anybody wants information, where can they go?
Gayfathers.com.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, and happy Pride!
Happy Pride, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Right.
We'll send it to Melissa, who is also covering the Pride, and she's on the route. Melissa.
Hey, you know, we're hearing Rihanna's Found Love in a Hopeless Place. This is not a hopeless place right here, right now. This is a fabulous time we're having. And could we talk about the talent that is on display to be able to walk all the way down and spin these enormous flags that we just saw come down? That was pretty impressive. And pretty impressive too, this massive crowd that's out here today. Hey, how you doing? How you feeling?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm terrific. Listen, you've got a front row seat here. Tell me what you've been enjoying walking past you.
I love seeing all the smaller groups the most, like the nonprofits and the groups from different countries. It's so nice to see such a diversity of people here at Toronto Pride.
Absolutely. I got to ask you, what brought you two out here today? Pardon? What brought you out here today?
My friends.
So you're the leader of this group. So why did you decide to round up all the friends and bring them here?
To have fun and celebrate Pride.
And are you having a good time?
Of course.
Okay, so you've been watching, you've got this great seat here, watching people walk up and down this parade route. What stood out to you so far?
Oh, I think the last ones, I think you just got it where they were twirling the batons. I love that.
I know, you can only imagine just how heavy those batons were as well. How are you doing out here today?
Good. I'm having a great time.
What does Pride mean to you?
Pride means supporting good friends, like my friend here that I came to visit, and love for everyone.
Have you been to Toronto Pride before?
No, it's my first Toronto Pride.
And tell me your full, wholesome picture of this big event.
It's amazing to see all the love and all the people come together.
Wonderful. Happy Pride to all of you. Thanks so much. Hello, happy Pride to you. Okay, so the thing about this parade is it starts off with full blast energy blocks north of here. You think maybe things would calm down by this point, but no, the volume's just getting cranked even higher, and spirits are very high at the moment. So we're having a blast down here at ground level. And also, I want to talk to my camera operator too. If we look up top here too, Kyle, look at everyone looking down from above. There's lots of vantage points to enjoy this parade from, including your couch, if you happen to be watching at the moment. Back to you, Bill and Jean.
It is a party here, right on Yonge Street.
Yeah, a little Robin in the background. It is an incredible energy here with the 43rd annual Toronto Pride Parade, and it is such a privilege to be able to broadcast this on CP24 to you. Happy Pride, Toronto. We'll be back with more on CP24. To the 43rd annual Toronto Pride Parade. Boy, it is loud. Chopper 24, and thank you so much for these shots. Working hard this afternoon, Yonge Dundas Square. So the parade route started at Bloor Church, worked its way along Bloor, down Yonge, where we are, Grenville, and then crosses Youngstown Escort, turns to the right, and heads west to finish up at Nathan Phillips, where the programming just continues after the parade. You can still have a lot of fun, have a lot of conversation, have a lot of connections. I want to introduce to the stage Cheyenne and Yuri from Friends of Ruby, a really important organization. Happy Pride!
Happy Pride!
So tell us a little bit about Friends of Ruby. How long have you been around, and what do you offer?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're an organization that services queer and trans youth specifically between the ages of 16 to 29. We offer counseling, case management, we have a drop-in center and a transitional house. All of our services are free, and we just invite folks to come on down. We're located at Queen and Sumac Street.
When you're young, I think it's really scary. You're still defining, figuring out who you are.
Yeah.
What do you find some of the biggest fears or challenges of the people who reach out to you for the first time? And what could you say to those that are thinking about it?
Yeah, definitely. We found a lot in our statistics that it's a lot of family rejection. So often our youth are overrepresented in statistics and underserved, which is why our organization is so specific to servicing queer and trans youth specifically.
What kind of services do you offer?
Yeah, so our counseling program, we have 2 different programs, a general counseling program and a short-term one to help with stabilization and kind of short-term goals. And our case management focuses on practical support. So if you need help filling out OW forms, ODSP forms, navigating like identification and changing your gender marker, things like that.
Now, in the growth of your organization over the last few years, where do you feel you need the most support?
Yeah, I would definitely say that right now we're looking to expand our operating costs. So looking for funding from all areas, all avenues from the federal government specifically. But yeah, I would say that just our operational costs and expanding our programming and services.
May I ask who Ruby is?
Totally. So Ruby is a golden retriever that used to come to our drop-in. She is who we named our organization after. She unfortunately passed away, but all of the youth who used to come in the drop-in and see her said that they were friends of Ruby. And so that's kind of how we got our name.
It's amazing because sometimes dogs you feel own unconditional love.
Oh, yeah.
If only we could learn a little bit more of them, the world would be a better place, right?
Absolutely.
So when again, say there's someone out there right now who really could benefit from your services, what would you say to them to encourage them to not be afraid?
Yeah, totally. Well, our site is a really safe place to start. We actually have a get out of the site button too if it feels a little unsafe. But if you head over to our website, friendsofruby.ca, and click Get Help, there's a register button, and then I'm actually one of the intake coordinators there, so you'd be speaking to me or another person. We do your intake and then get you started with services. And if I can add, something really cool about our organization is all the frontline staff are part of the community. So you're meeting folks who have lived experience as well.
And this year's theme is be and you fill in the blank. I'm saying be fun, be ferocious.
Yes.
Well, how would you fill in the blank?
Be loud and be proud, and never ever give that up.
Yeah, I would say be unconditionally you. Always hold your head up high no matter what.
Absolutely.
Unabashedly fabulous, strong, proud.
Yes.
I love all of that. Okay, we are going to set it to break, but we're going to be back with much more from the 43rd Annual Toronto Pride Parade, broadcast on CP24. Don't go anywhere. Lots to come.
Toronto Pride Parade right here in the heart of downtown Toronto. The march is well underway. Over 265 groups participating. We have almost 2 million people that are expected to be here to see this unfold.
It just keeps getting bigger every year. I don't know how they do it, but it is. I never take for granted the view that I get from being up here on the platform, and just the great feeling of having you here, G, with me to be able to celebrate this. Hi, happy Pride!
Happy Pride!
And it's like, every group that comes by, you're like, they must be running out of energy after that long run, but they don't. It's almost boundless, and I think that's a good point. Things are contagious, right? It can be a negative that's contagious, or it can be a positive. And I think when you have people coming together to be able to support each other, that is the seed that's planted. And when people leave here today, that's the hope that they take what they got here today and spread that. And if you're spreading love and you're spreading kindness, for me, that's kind of the B ... All those things that you can be or at least connect with today are things that you can take, bring back to your community, and it just would make this world a better place. We can skew to negative so easily, but we can also skew positive, and that's what makes the world a better place to live in.
And it all begins with a conversation, and we've had many amazing conversations right here on our platform with so many groups that are all trying to work with each other and create a sense of community, because as a community, you are united, and there's something special about that.
And it's really inspiring. Like, you know, sometimes what we do, I love storytelling, I love sharing all these things, and then we get an opportunity to interview youth, and sometimes, you know, people of all ages and stripes, and what they're going out with courage into the community, so to create these organizations that support other people. I'm like, wow, I'm humbled by their ability to do that, but I'm also inspired. I'm like, maybe I can do a little bit more, even if it's just a simple gesture, even if it's just, you know, I can support someone else in what they're doing, and it really allows things to grow exponentially, and again, make this place a better world.
And it has been pretty amazing. Right now, we've got so many people walking down the street here on Yonge Street. I've had the pleasure one year actually bringing my son and my family, and we walked in the parade, and it was an incredible experience.
Yeah, I think I've not actually experienced that. I think maybe that one year I'm going to need to. Maybe I'll be the roving reporter. But I do enjoy my time up here, because you do get a chance to experience it from a very, very different perspective. I mean, being along the sides and being with the community is great, but being able to share these stories and talk to people who are really inspiring is phenomenal. And sometimes you just get something like this, the float where it's two giant inflatable stilettos.
Okay, this float is speaking to me because I'm a shoe girl.
You are a shoe girl.
And look what's coming down the street right now.
Yeah, the About a Shoe Museum. And would you buy a pair of shoes like that?
100%. I would have that in my house, actually. Wow. That's fabulous.
On either side of your walkway, I believe it. You have changed shoes 3 times, and each time they look just as fabulous. How are your feet doing, by the way?
My feet are doing fabulous now. And yeah, if you started watching us at the start of the broadcast, I was getting shorter and shorter because my shoes, my heels are getting flatter and flatter.
But you were getting taller and taller inside. But you know who is like absolutely doing the grueling work along the parade route? Hopefully having fun. Melissa Duggan, how are you doing? And what are you looking at?
We are having a blast out here today, chatting with people along the parade route. Are you having a good time?
Yes, I am. Happy Pride, everyone. I love you all.
What's it like to be walking down the very center of Yonge Street?
It's amazing. It's speechless. I don't have words. I'm so happy.
Did you stretch before this event today? Because I think you need to.
Oh my God, I didn't stretch at all. But I'm full of love, and I want to spread love and peace to everybody.
Why is it important for you to be here, to take this stand today?
Because as a black trans woman, I feel like this is one of the countries that you could actually be yourself. And why not? I mean, like, this is amazing. Canada is so beautiful, and I'm so happy to see so many immigrant LGBTQ queers marching with us today. It's just amazing. It's just, I don't know. I'm lost for words.
That's
but I'm
lovely.
So happy to be here.
And happy Pride to you. Stretch after.
Thank you so much.
Happy Pride. Hi, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
So walk me through this experience. As someone who is going through this parade, you've gone several blocks already so far. You're looking out into the crowd, seeing these wonderful faces. What's going through your head?
Excitement, just proud, very proud of the city, proud of the movement. Just all I can say is I'm proud.
What does Pride mean to you?
Happiness, togetherness, unity.
Wonderful. And any message to anybody who's watching at home right now thinking, hey, I think next year will be my first time coming out for Pride?
Don't hesitate. Just come out and have some fun.
Wonderful. Happy Pride to you. Thanks for stopping with us here today. So much action going on, and we got some Raptors! Look at these moves! I mean, the talent we have on display here. We don't need a stage, we just need a street. And that's all it takes to have a blast here tonight. Hey, can I ask you a quick question? You are bringing the party out here tonight. How are you feeling? Why do you come out today?
I love inclusivity. Let's be inclusive. Happy Pride, everybody.
Do you have a favorite move?
Honestly, an aerial. An aerial.
You're gonna do it for me? Let's see it, girl. She's bringing it. Yeah! Look at that. Fabulous. Happy Pride. I talked about talent. There we have it on display today with these fabulous dancers. You never know what you're going to get when you happen to come down the street. And the Raptors are representing here. Hello, how's everybody out here doing today? Hello, hello, hello. Tell me, sir, why'd you come out here today?
Well, I just came out to celebrate, that's it, and have fun.
And how's the celebration so far?
It's good.
Amazing.
It's good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And these great dancers walk by, but I wonder what the highlight has been for you.
More is to come.
Terrific. Thanks so much. Have a great Pride here today. I want to talk with more people walking down the street. Hello, you are bringing the party. Yeah. How are you doing? Tell me where's your energy level at right now?
Oh, it's crazy right here. MLSC, go team. All sports, people together. It's fun. It's great.
Why did you want to come out here today?
Sorry?
Why did you want to come out here today and bring this spirit?
Well, it's a celebration for everyone. Like, we're here to be happy, to be proud of who we are, and just be excited to celebrate that we're free and that we can actually party and celebrate live with everyone.
Wonderful. Well, happy Pride to you. Have a blast as you continue down Yonge Street. This is going to keep going all the way down to Dundas before turning over to Nathan Phillips Square. The party just keeps going and going. How are you doing?
I'm having a lot of fun today.
Are you? That's great. Hello, how are you? You're out here marching, having a blast. Tell me, why is Pride important to you?
Pride is important to celebrate all the victories that came before us and keep reminding people it's important that queer people have safe spaces to celebrate.
And the fight continues.
And the fight continues.
Fabulous. Listen, have a great time today. Happy Pride to you. Hello, how are you doing today? Look at these happy faces. Tell me, why are you two out here today? You're bringing the energy.
I'm happy and I'm free and I'm happy over this day. It's a beautiful day for us.
Is that I've got the liberty to be who I am. It makes me feel great.
You're looking out into the crowd, seeing these wonderful people. What's going through your head when you're waving to them and they're waving back at you?
It kind of opens up our mind that I'm not alone. There's so many who have been elsewhere. And now getting here, we are all of us, we are together. It becomes a community. Oh, I feel great.
Oh. And we've got a guest walking up to the stage here as he makes his way up. I want to ask one more person. Why are you out here today? Why is Pride important to you?
Pride's important for people to see representation and to celebrate all the joy that comes with the LGBTQ plus community.
Happy Pride to you.
Happy Pride.
All right, I'm going to toss things back to Bill and G. The party continues on Yonge Street. Excited to bring you more action from the street level. Happy Pride, guys.
Happy Pride. Thank you so much, Melissa.
Welcome, sir. Come on in here.
We're joined by so many incredible people here. From MLSC, we've got Mark Fraser as well as Matt Black and Brian Berg.
Yay! Wow, a lot of applause. And, you know, I've got to ask you, like, this is a bit magical for anyone who loves sports and also wants to be authentically themselves. How far have we come towards kind of bridging the gap in kind of authentically being who you are and the sports world?
Well, we got a long way to go, but we've made unbelievable progress. Since the time my son came out, we've made so much progress. We can't ever lose sight of that fact, but we got a long goddamn way to go.
I hear you. I love it.
Absolutely no seconding that. Like the hill is still steep in a lot of ways. A lot more work to do, but you know, having the opportunity with MLSC, the 4 teams, the Leafs, Argos, CFC, Raps, alumni like Berkeley here representing, PWHL representing. It's amazing, but there's a lot of work to do, but it's important because we have a lot of queer allies in our organizations, in our sport, but also participants, also athletes, and we want everyone to know that we see them and they can be themselves.
Yeah, no, Fred, as you said PWHL, you meant PWHLPA, right?
PWHLPA, and some of the athletes walking in with the team from Toronto as well, yes.
Yeah, I think Brian and Mark said it great. You know, I think this is an opportunity for us to show that we're allies of the queer community, lean in, really support the day, celebrate Pride, and, you know, bring everybody together. Sports has a great opportunity to unite everyone. Like they said, there's a long way to go, but we're here to celebrate the progress that we've made to date.
I love that. Are you getting a lot of feedback along the parade route of people really appreciating that you are putting yourselves out there to represent who they want?
Of course, yeah. It's been a really great, really receptive. The crowd's been awesome, and it's been electric out there. A lot of great
This is
spaces.
not the audience we have to reach.
Yeah.
These people are allies. We got to reach the other people, but you're right. The support's been unbelievable.
Yeah, it's great. It's important for them to be able to see us as well. You know, we understand what the team brands that we all represent or the leagues that we represent. We have a lot of fandom across all different demographics. It's important for them to see us show up here as well.
Awesome. How do you make that last push then to get those that aren't, it's not preaching the converted, how do you get those rest of the people over on board?
Well, I don't know if these two gentlemen share my view. I think we've taken a hard right turn the last couple of years. We've had some setbacks. We've still made progress, but it's been the rate of speed that we've progressed has been retarded greatly, in my view. So I think we've got to get the momentum back on our side, keep pushing ahead, focus on the gains, not the losses.
Yeah, so Mark and Matt, when Brian talks about some of those setbacks, using your platform and your experience, and also an organization like MLSE, how do you gain and take steps forward?
You know, this year we've partnered with TOF, the Toronto United Flag Football League. You know, they help provide a safe and equitable place for people to us LGBTQ community to play the game of football that they love. So we're really happy to partner with them and lean in there and support that league. They've grown this year. They're bigger than ever, and I think those are things that we can do to show the football ecosystem that football is for everyone, right? That we all have a place in this game to you know, show our passion and love for this game. And I know Mark does a lot of great work in this space too.
Absolutely. On the hockey side with MLSE and with the Maple Leafs, we the same thing. We've been supporting a number of our partners from Alphabet Sports Collective, with You Can Play, Toronto Gay Hockey Association. There was a number that we worked with this year, and we understand that we're leaders in space. We understand what the brand of the Maple Leafs means to individuals in hockey and in Canada, and it's just continuing to stay steadfast, continuing to not stop in our journey to completely fight for inclusion and make sure that this community, the to us LGBTQ plus community, knows that they are invited to not only be a part of the game, but they're welcome to participate at all levels, executive, staff, participation, youth level. We just have to continue to stay consistent in that messaging.
And rule number one, vote. Vote. That's rule number one, vote. Support the right causes. Vote. If you don't vote, you don't have anything to say for me.
So the theme from Pride this year is be. What do you say to young sports enthusiasts out there who look to you as sports leaders? Be ... Fill in that sentence. Be what? Be courageous, be
authentic, be courageous, be real, like be yourself, right? And I think, as we mentioned, there's a lot of progress to be made, but there are allies in the space, and I think our brands represent that. MLSE represents that. Sports is for everyone, and we're here to champion that cause today.
Absolutely. Be confident, be yourself, but at the same time, be consistent and courageous. Be confident, because we have individuals like ourselves up here. We know the journey isn't always easy to be your authentic self in some situations, but rest assured, be confident that individuals like us are continuing to work that fight for you.
Yep, same. I agree. The day will come when courage is not needed to be part of our group, but right now it still is.
I love that. Be courageous, and fight the fight and celebrate the wins.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you,
We love our
We're
Toronto teams.
Yes, we're going to take a break here on CP24. You are watching the 43rd Annual Toronto Pride Parade.
Happy Pride!
Happy Pride!
Happy Pride.
Welcome back to the 43rd Annual Toronto Pride Parade. As you can see, oh my goodness, Toronto Ambulance right here representing, and it is so important to recognize our first responders who do so much.
Absolutely. Not just on a day like this where we really rely on them with big crowds. They are so important year-round, just helping keep the city safe and proud to be part of this parade this year. You know, I'm really excited this year. We're focusing a lot more on more community groups that really connects those that are here today with things that maybe they didn't even know were here. And with Trevor and Rafi here on stage from Frontrunners. Frontrunners is an organization for gay and gay allies that is centered around the village. Tell me a little bit about what you do, when you meet, and how far you run.
So we're a non-profit queer and ally run club. We run Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. We train for half marathons, trying to get people back into sports, because sometimes when you're growing up and you're queer, you weren't really out, so you're afraid of sports. So we're trying to bring that back to people and let them reinvigorate themselves with sports.
I really got into running at the beginning of the pandemic. There wasn't a lot else to do. And I found there was such a bonding experience when you're out there running with people. Talk to people who maybe haven't really felt comfortable running. You don't have to be a super high quality runner.
You don't have to be an athlete. You don't have to be like a super fit person. Running is one step at a time faster than walking.
And Rafi, what's your been experiencing with front runners? How have you
know, it's been the same. Actually, to your point, the pandemic was actually when we started really getting into running, and actually a lot of people did. So we're noticing a lot more people after the pandemic actually joined the system. And we have about almost 200 members now, I think. 250 members now. So it's
the club
been a growing
doubled
community.
in size after the pandemic.
That's so good.
Incredible. I know the running community in general is very strong. It is a tight-knit community, and so coming in as front runners and uniting so many different groups together, what has the experience been like so far, especially for your members?
It's such a front runner, because like we'll get people that have never been out, never ran before, or new to Toronto, and for them to come running for the first time, even in the parade for the first time, and they've never experienced the freedom that we have in Canada with being able to do all this. Because in some countries, you can't be part of that kind of club. You obviously can't be in a parade. So for them, it's an invigorating experience. And people that are in their 40s and 50s have never had that experience in their life.
Wow.
What's the importance of community groups like yours? I mean, there are a lot of different. We saw the Triggerfish go by with their, the Muddy York rugby. So, yeah, I was shocked to even hear that we had a rugby team. They went over to Rome in 1 second.
We have multiple.
We do. We have many.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes it's a missed opportunity to spread that message of the importance of these kind of community groups.
And I think people don't realize if you want to go to a bar and meet somebody, that's kind of passé. But now you join a club, you meet real people in person, and no one's gonna go run if they don't want to run. You're not gonna go and run if you're a fake person, because running is awful
and fabulous at the same time.
Yeah, but you're gonna go and you're gonna meet genuine people, because no one's gonna go and run if they don't want to be there. And especially when we do our half marathon training, it's a bonding experience.
Yeah.
No one's gonna spend 3-4 hours with each other running, dying, sweating, regretting it, and then maybe going to a brewery after and being let's hydrate. But
speaking of running, I think you guys are gonna have to run to catch up to the front runners up there. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Happy Pride.
We're gonna send it to break. We'll have much more. CP24 coming up.
Thank you, Bill.
They're already gone. They're already going. They're running. And welcome back to the 43rd annual Toronto Pride Parade. I'm right here in the middle of Yonge Street. Hi. Are you having a good time?
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride. Are you having a good time? I'm having a great time. Thank you. Hey, Happy Pride. Happy Pride. I'm on the news. We've got a group coming through, but Bill is on the platform and standing by.
Yes, I am, G. It's always exciting to talk to people, get their impressions along the parade route. There's so much energy. There's a never-ending stream of screaming, jubilant people. I'm here with Kevin Joseph from Muddy York.
Yes.
And, I think this is a really great opportunity to connect people who are watching today along the parade route, maybe at home, with local communities that can really bring them in closer connection with their community. I had heard of you, but I was actually at Green Space the other night, and a couple of people from Muddy York who were collecting some donations for Green Space, and they were saying that you came in second in Rome. Tell me a little bit about that, and then we'll get into
so we sent a team out to Bingham, which is the competition happens every 2 years. This year was in Rome. We came second in our division, which is great. They're playing in a place that most of them have never been before, and it's with teams from around the world, inclusive rugby teams. It's just a great opportunity, and it was a great experience for them.
So it's huge. We had a couple of runners from front runners up here. Yes. There are so many really fantastic groups, including really fantastic sport groups. how long has Muddy York been going on, and who can kind of be part of Muddy York?
Yeah, so actually this is Muddy York's 21st year. We're Canada's longest running inclusive rugby club. And one of our biggest mottos is that if you want to play, you can play. So we have everybody across the LGBTQ spectrum. We have male, female, non-binary, however you identify. We have people with abilities, disabilities. We have a spot for everyone.
Do you find people who previously felt excluded from sport kind of find a real home and confidence in a group like yours?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the things that people don't realize is that there are lots of opportunities in Toronto for sport to create community for those that might not otherwise have that opportunity to do so. And one of those places is amongst us with Muddy York. We have 75 people are now part of the organization. We've grown a lot over the last few years, specifically since COVID and the lockdowns. That's where we've seen a lot of growth.
That's right. We had Brian Burke and so from MLSE here talking about there's still some work to do in terms of sports and true authenticity. What do you say to someone, a young sports enthusiast who wants to get involved and is a little scared?
Listen, just do it. There's lots of opportunities. There's house leagues, there's rec leagues, there's all sorts of opportunities. All you have to do is just want to do it. Look it up, internet, everybody's got a website these days, so find it and then just take that first step and show up.
I love it. Do you have a team cheer or anything? Go Muddy York? Or?
Yeah, so with Muddy York, one of the things that we always do is we say on the count of three, we say, let's get muddy.
Okay, so we're going to send it to Melissa Duggan, who's out on the parade route. We're going to say, let's get Melissa. No, let's get muddy. Okay,
all right.
Happy Pride.
All right. Thank you.
1, 2, 3.
Let's get muddy.
Melissa, it's over to you.
Oh, that's great, Bill. Thanks so much. Hey, I just noticed this group over here walking down the parade route. Free mom hugs. I want to ask them what it's all about. Hello, how are you? We're live on CP24. Tell me about your organization.
You know what? Let's speak to these guys.
Hi, how are you? We're live on CP24. Tell me about your organization. I saw this sign and I just thought, I love a hug.
We're just, an organization that's new in Canada. We've, inspired by the Americans, and we're just here to give affirmation, love to our community.
And tell me how you bring that into actuality. How are you out there giving those hugs?
Well, just take a look around. I can't describe it better than what we're doing here today. We're the only people in the whole parade that's actually physically touching, the members that are out here. And
what is it about that physical touch that just means so much?
Well, let me show you.
Oh, let me have it. Oh, yeah. That feels terrific.
Can't put it into words.
That's wonderful. Thanks so much. Happy Pride to you. So just one group out here giving free hugs away. You can't ask for anything better than that. And you're one of them giving the hugs. What's it like to give that hug away?
You can't describe it. The stories that you hear, right, from people that have no parents to hug them, right?
You're making some fabulous connections there. And the music is just pumping as we're watching more and more of those hugs being given away, all for free, no charge for those hugs. Hello, how are you two doing? Are you having a blast here today?
Thank you.
Wonderful. Okay, we're gonna throw things over to G. I got a couple of nice hugs here today. Back to you.
It's hugs all around right here on Yonge Street. We are right here in the heart of downtown Toronto for the 43rd annual Pride Parade, the largest in Canada. Everyone is here celebrating Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride. Happy Pride. We're going to take a break here on CP24. More to come. Streets of Toronto, and here's a live look along the parade route. A reminder, though, because of this, a number of rolling road closures are in place to accommodate the parade. Rosedale Valley Road is closed from Park Road to Bayview. Bloor is shut down from Yonge to Ted Rogers Way, and Yonge from Bloor to Queen. Dundas between University and Victoria, and Bay from Queen to Dundas are also closed. All those roads expected to reopen by 8 tonight. Our special coverage of the parade will continue on CP24 all afternoon. And for more on our special coverage, it's going to start now. We're going to send things back over to Bill and G, who are on the parade route, bringing us the very latest. Quite the party there, you two. Happy Pride. Happy Pride. And it's quite the party right here on Yonge Street. We're joined by Fire Chief Peg. How are you?
I'm awesome. How are you?
I know. Every time your group comes by, I have to take cover because they have the water gun.
I promised you I'd protect her, but you said we're on the right side of the truck or the wind.
I'm drier than normal. We've been on the right side of the truck, so it's okay.
Fabulous. We've spoken to you on this stage several times in the last few years. Such an incredible contingent from Toronto Fire Services. What do you have to say about your crew?
You know, I love these guys. It is just, this is one of the greatest days of our year. Everybody's here. Everybody's having fun. There's just, I mean, look at this, look at the atmosphere. It's awesome. I love it.
Now, you work in a profession where, I mean, colleagues rely on each other on a general basis, but they rely on each other for this. It's got to be such a bond to see them out supporting for the allies and those in the community. What does that mean to you to see that?
Absolutely. It's what we believe is inclusion personified. The fact that everyone comes together, it's one purpose, everyone is okay, you're welcome to be here. Right, and it's more than diversity. It's about inclusion and belonging and being able to be your real self. And the fact that that's real for us means the world to me.
You know, Chief Peg, I know you announced your retirement. I can't believe it. You know, we've talked to you on so many occasions. You've gone through so much over your career. When you look back, I know it's coming up in October. What are you going to think of the most? What are some of the highlights for you?
Yeah, there are so many. This city has been so good to me, and the opportunity to have had the privilege to do what I have done here for the last 8 years is something I will never forget. And all I can say is thank you, Toronto. I love you guys.
Well, thank you back, because on a day like this, when you have millions of people on the parade route, you probably have to go into a certain mode of at the ready, I think. But is there something you would like to share with the city of Toronto about, and your crews as well, about sometimes, I know we all appreciate what they do, but maybe just kind of give them a shout out for all the work they've done?
You know, I have had a front row seat for the last 8 years as the chief here to see the most incredible people do the most incredible work. And without a moment's hesitation, will literally put their lives on the line when other lives depend on it. And I will spend the rest of my life being appreciative for them all. And I'm glad to march with them here today.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You're going to have some big shoes to fill, whoever takes your place.
All good.
Thank you so much for being here, and happy Pride.
Yeah, happy Pride. Thanks so much.
Congratulations
Thank you
on
so much.
everything. We're going to throw it back to Lindsay in the newsroom. Thanks, you too. Okay, that special coverage continuing for the rest of the afternoon. Quite the party there downtown. You're looking at the live Pride Parade, the annual parade happening.
Back to the live broadcast of Toronto's 43rd Pride Parade. We're here along the side of the parade on Yonge and Grenville, and it has been an absolutely incredible afternoon thus far. We had a passing shower, but it cleared off. The winds are making all the flags blow beautifully, and there's been so many really fantastic community groups traveling along this stretch to help those that perhaps are discovering their authentic selves to feel a little bit more included. Jeanne Lee has stepped out into the parade crowd to talk to some of those who are here today. How's it looking, G?
Oh, I love it. This has become my catalog, right? And you just are seeing right now the Union Behind Entertainment just walking past our group here, but you've got people lining the streets. Hi, happy Pride! Pride! Are you having a good time?
Yeah, having a good time.
Pride.
Yeah.
Yes? And what are you loving so far? Hi, happy Pride. We spoke to you.
Yeah.
What do you love so far of the parade?
All of it. The Brazilian one was really awesome too.
It was, right?
Yeah. Love is love.
Love is love. And of course, we got to bring in Madonna when it's the Pride Parade. Look at this group right here. Hey! Toronto! Wave to the camera right there. Hi, who are you guys with?
We're with OTIP.
And tell me a little bit of your group.
We are the Ontario Teachers Insurance Plan.
Yes.
And we offer benefits to all the teachers in the province.
There you go. And teachers are the best, are they not?
So important.
And now they can relax and enjoy because school is out. Thank you. Happy Pride. Happy Pride, everyone. And of course, you had to bring Madonna to the party, right? Okay, everybody, let's get ready to strike a pose. Let's get ready to strike a pose. We're all going to strike a pose.
Let's go.
We're going to dance.
Let's go. All my beautiful people around me, let's go.
Get ready, everyone. Boom!
Gee, that was impressive. I don't know where you moved your voguing, or learned your voguing moves, but I need to take a lesson from you. Keep it going. And yes, we've had group after group passing by us, and it's amazing. This is the largest Pride Parade. It seems like every year it just keeps getting larger and larger, extending all the way from its starting point earlier this afternoon at Bloor and Church, and then worked its way west to Yonge Street, down Yonge Street, where it hit Dundas, moved to the west, and then ends up at Nathan Phillips Square, where the programming will continue into the evening hours, where everything really just kind of winds down. Melissa, you've been along the parade route all day long. What's impressed you the most?
Oh, I would say the dancing. The dancing has been very impressive. You never know who you're going to meet along the parade route either. NDP leader Mara Stiles just happens to be walking down the street. Happy Pride to you.
I'm just dancing and having fun and, celebrating with everybody, right? It's a time to celebrate and to be thankful for everything that everybody has achieved and make sure we don't lose any of that.
This is a question I've been asking everyone along the route. What does pride mean to you?
Pride means love. Pride means love. Pride is political, but more than anything, it's about loving everybody and everybody being free to love who they want to love.
And when you talk to people here, you hear their messages. What's your takeaway? What do you bring to Queen's Park with you?
For me, it is the importance of protecting this community. We've achieved so many things. We've passed more legislation. The Ontario NDP has brought forward more legislation to protect the LGBTQ community than anywhere else in Canada or I think North America. And so we got to keep moving forward. Can't let anybody take us backwards. So
happy Pride to you. And I see behind us here we've got MPP Kristen Wong-Tam. Why are you out here today?
Oh, we're just so happy that it's Pride. Toronto is alive with a positive energy and love, and I'm here to show support for the 2S LGBT community and beyond.
What does Pride mean to you?
Oh, it's a party. It's also a political movement. It's about making sure that we are free and able to support each other, and it's about human rights and dignity for all.
And more representation out here. What's been your favorite part of the parade so far?
Oh my gosh, just seeing all of the community come together, all the color, the love, the joy, the excitement. It's Pride. Happy Pride.
Wonderful. Happy Pride to all of you. Have a great time. Okay, so we've been dancing along the route. We've been waving along the route, chatting with people along the way, and it's a family affair too. Hello, how are you? You brought the family out here today. Why is this a family experience for you?
These are actually my children. I'm carrying them for Terry Lynn, but yeah, Pride is always a family event. It's for everyone.
Wonderful. Thanks so much. Okay, we're going to throw things back to you guys. We're going to keep walking the route, seeing more of these smiling faces. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Melissa. So you've got the teachers here. We've got Via Rail in the house right here on Yonge Street for the largest parade in Canada. Okay, let's do it, girls. Yeah! And Via Rail. Hi. Say hi. And Bill, it is a party right here at Yonge and Grenville.
Yeah, it really is. And not only am I looking at the groups up and down the parade route, but also at the balcony where I started this all off, and they seem to have like these glitter bombs ready to go off. I think they're waiting for our cue, perhaps. We may see those by the end. But yeah, gee, I love that you're getting down within the groups and figuring out what it's all about. You've got some moves down there.
I do, and look how gorgeous everyone looks.
Gorgeous.
Look at their dresses. Hi, what's your name?
Happy Pride.
Marike.
Hello, it's Ladoris.
Styla.
I love it. I love the matching outfits. Right? Now we just need to get the train moving. We're stalled right now.
It's okay. It's a great kind of log jam because we get to enjoy it. We're going to send it to break. We'll have much more from the 43rd Annual Toronto Pride Parade coming up on CP24. Coming up. Here we are on the parade route, and it's not because we're lazy. We just wanted to ride on Canada's National Railway via... This is Toronto Pride's 43rd Annual Pride Parade. It's kind of fun. We're riding in a train down Yonge Street.
We are literally on the party train on Yonge Street with all the people from Via Rail. Come here. What's your name?
Adam.
Adam, you having a great time?
Yes.
Yes?
How much do you love trains? That's cool. Do you like trains? Have you been in Via before?
Yes.
What's your favorite thing about trains? When they pull the...
Yeah, I like the whole...
That's what I'm trying to get them to do.
I'm not sure train does there.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll
That's
make
okay.
the
We can
sound
fake it.
effect.
Are you dancing? Are you enjoying your way down here? Cool. Show us some dance moves. Yes! Look at this. Woo! All right.
Oh my gosh, I've enjoyed this party, but how cute is this train?
This is really super cute. I wonder if it was specifically made for the Pride Parade, or they just bring it out whenever they feel like it. It's a really fun thing. I want my own Via train.
I know,
I think we
right?
should get one of these for CP24 and just take us back and forth between the weather patio and back.
That would be nice, right?
Happy Pride,
Happy Pride, everyone!
It's exciting.
And of course, we're right here on Yonge Street. There's a bit of a slowdown here on the parade route, right?
But that's okay. That just gives us a chance to dance around.
Yes. And on the dance floor. All right, and Melissa is also on Yonge Street having a great time. Melissa, we'll send it to you.
Hey guys, you're looking awfully comfy in that train. It looks like a great ride you got set up for yourselves there. We're walking down the parade route here, seeing lots of happy faces. Oh, hello, you. How's it going? Are you guys having a blast tonight?
Yes, we are. It's so exciting.
What's been the highlight of the parade for you so far?
Oh, well, it's my first Pride, so it's been amazing right now.
This is your first Pride. Oh, tell me what you think of the whole thing, because this is a lot to take in.
Yeah, well, it's amazing to see a lot of new things, everyone together. It's pretty cool.
And why did you want to come out today to celebrate Pride here for the first time?
Yeah, well, we came together, so yeah, to celebrate the Pride, yeah.
Wonderful. Well, happy Pride to the two of you. Hope you're having a blast. Hey, how's everybody here doing? Happy Pride! Okay, tell me exactly how much fun you are having and what has been your favorite part so far.
We're having so much fun. It's our first Pride as wives. We just got married.
It is your first Pride as a married couple. Well, congratulations to you. How is it different celebrating this time around?
It feels like so much more special. We're gonna do it. Back to you yet. We're celebrating the marriage too.
Well, way to go. So happy for the two of you. Have a fabulous time and happy Pride to you. Okay, gonna throw things back to you as the party continues here.
Yeah, and G and Melissa, you don't often see a unicycler. I guess this is if Via train broke down. This is how you'd get to your next destination.
And this is Zach, and he actually works for Via Rail, but he's also fabulous on the unicycle.
We're still giving him a pretty big berth. That is an impressive skill.
Wow.
We need to ask Zach how long he's been unicycling for.
All right, come on down, Zach. Come on here for some. Whoa! Okay. Hey, how long have you been doing this?
I've been unicycling for 25 years.
Wow.
Was that on your resume to get a job at Via?
No, but I'm sure they saw it in the fine print.
That's really impressive. So what got you into unicycling?
I got it as a gift from a parent when I was 10 years old, and 25 years later, I'm doing it for competitions and raising money for sick kids also, all sorts of things, yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And you work for Via.
I work as an onboard service attendant, and in addition to my job, I make magic balloons and juggling on the train, too.
Oh my God.
So, turning moments into memories one balloon at a time.
I love that. So from that to here, I mean, this is also making moments and memories for a lot of people.
Oh, absolutely.
Tell me a bit about what it means for you to be here and part of the Pride Parade this year.
It's an honor, honestly, to be able to march amongst all these people for equal rights, for everything, and just something that's so simple that should be celebrated around the world. We showcase it on a main stage here very, very well. So I'm honored and grateful to be a part of it and to be with a company that supports it so much.
Now, how hard is it to do something like this?
Like I said, I picked it up pretty early on, but it's just like anything. Practice, practice, practice.
So
want to give it a try?
Yeah, G, show us what you can do.
Are you
Oh
gonna,
gosh, no.
I'll support you.
You'll support? Okay. You'll support me? Let's support Bill.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, Bill, don't break anything.
I'm not. Am I getting?
Okay.
First. Yeah, left foot first. Use me as support. Use me as support. No, behind me.
Use me.
And then I'm gonna put my hand behind the seat. Hold on. No, wait. Up.
Woo! All right. Happy Pride!
On the count of 3, we're all gonna run away, okay?
No. I'm just for the photo op. Just for the photo op.
Okay, come on down safely.
That's it. There you go.
Yeah!
That's what Pride's all about. Unicycling, inclusion. Thank you very much, Zach. We're going to send it to break. I'm going to get my heart back. Stop from racing. Let's dance our way into break. We'll be back with more from the Pride Parade 43rd Annual. Thank you, Gene. I was a little nervous. Dundas intersection where the parade, which started at Church of Bloor, worked its way west to Yonge, down Yonge to Dundas, and then over to Nathan Phillips Square, where they continue with programming well into the mid and late evening hours. Exciting times for everyone lining the parade route today. And wow, it has been an afternoon so far, and we always love talking to Fred Gahn from CUPE, Ontario. Good to have you on stage this year, and happy Pride to you.
Happy Pride.
So how's your Pride been so far this year?
It's been a great Pride. This has been an important year for Pride. We know that trans youth are being targeted in many places across the country. We know that there's rising hate in our communities. We know that there's those trying to separate issues, like those of us who care about peace in the world. And of course, if we care about peace, we care about this.
Yeah.
So it's made it a wonderful Pride because all those issues are here and part of it.
Connection doesn't happen without communication, right? And we stop listening to each other, then we just end up polarized, and that doesn't help anyone. So tell me a little bit about what your hopes for your contingent here to experience this year, and what do you we've heard a lot of people talking about new immigrants coming to the country too, trying to find their place in the community here. Yeah. So how's your organization kind of managing that? And
one of the things that I'm quite proud of is that a number of newcomer organizations, the workers are organized in our union. They're actually CUPE members, and so that's an incredibly important part. We, many of us who live in this city, saw the horrors of many folks living on the street, unable to find housing. The truth of the matter is that most of those folks were LGBTQ folks fleeing countries that had criminalized our lives. And so we have a responsibility here to be able to welcome folks here so that people can live their authentic selves. And it's so important that this is a fundamental part, not just that we welcome people, but that we have services for them, that there's ways to find housing and jobs, services like the 519 that do an amazing job of connecting newcomers and queer and trans folks. It's so important. Again, people at the 519, CUPE members.
Yeah, that's great to know. I'm not sure I knew that, but I was over there for the Green Space, and they do have incredible programs for this community. And someone was saying it's unlike any other city in the country where they offer free programming, so everyone is included, and then those that can sponsor and support will. You've been to a number of these, as have I. What have you found to be the biggest changes in the last few years to Pride and sort of the programs and the motivations and the missions?
There's a resurgence in remembering our history. I mean, Pride was a riot after all. Stonewall was a riot. It was black trans folks who were fighting back against state and police oppression that started the movement that brought us to where we are today. And what I saw throughout the parade, for example, the many Ugandan newcomers who came, LGBTQ folks, all had t-shirts saying Pride is political. We think about it as a party, and you know what? We can celebrate. We can have joy, but that joy has to be about resisting hate. It has to be about resisting oppression. These things still exist here and around the globe. And it's important to know that we can't be free here when people aren't free in other parts of the world.
Right, and we were talking to some people here from Peru, I believe it was, and they said it's just such a different world. They don't have the legal right to marry there. The Grand Marshal, International Marshal this year from New Zealand, she was quintessential in getting that passed in 2013. There's a lot of work still to do around the world, but Canada is a bit of a beacon. And for any sort of youth, perhaps watching from a distance or here today, what kind of inspiration can you give them that there is hope? It's not all just, the fight is here, but the fight is working too.
I think more and more of us are seeing the truth of the matter, which is that much of our histories are erased. You mentioned the International Grand Marshal. She's from New Zealand. She spoke at a human rights conference just a week ago about how Maori people have a concept of gender that has many genders in it. And like our two-spirited, a recognition here. The truth is that colonialism tried to take all of these things away from us, and colonialism still is trying to erase people's lives today, like what's happening in Palestine. It's why these things are connected. Why while we're here and celebrating, we're also very clear that we must be resisting this. We must have a future. No one's free unless we're all free.
Absolutely. Celebrate the wins, but remember this is about activism as well. I'm going to send it. Thank you. It's always so good to talk to you. I'm going to send it over to G. G is still along the parade route. What are you looking at over there, G?
Oh, Bill, we are right here in the heart of downtown Toronto. Lots of people coming out to watch the parade. Hi there, what's your name?
Kiara.
Kiara, did you have a good time?
Yeah.
Yeah, what did you love the most about being here at the parade?
Having food.
Having food. I noticed you dancing earlier. Were you dancing a lot?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
And who says hi? What's your name?
I'm Josie.
Josie, did you have a good time?
I had a great time. Pride is always fabulous.
Yeah, it is. And what's so great is that it is the largest parade in Canada, but it's really out there not only as a form of protest, but a form of celebration as well.
Absolutely. And it's great to be recognized and understand that love is love. And this is where we find our love through anybody, through everybody. And it's a great environment. Everybody is happy and we enjoy it and we're celebrating it. Let's do it. Love is love.
All right.
Love is love.
Thank you so much. Happy Pride. And you've got a great smile.
Oh, what's this? Oh my goodness. Let's show you to the camera. What's your name?
Mila.
Oh, did you have a good time?
Yeah.
Let me see the flowers in your hand.
You want to say Happy Pride?
Happy Pride.
Oh.
How old are you?
3.
So sweet,
adorable.
Bill, right?
You know what? Thank you very much and happy Pride.
It's a beautiful day.
Happy Pride to you.
Happy Pride.
Thank you.
Happy Pride. We spoke to you at the beginning. Did you have a good time?
I did. It was a lot of fun. Like, I really enjoyed my first Pride.
Oh, fantastic. And that's what that is
I think that's really
right?
significant. The amount of people who come out for the first time to experience something and a feeling of belonging and community. Hello, hello, hello. How are you today?
I'm okay. Thank you. I'm so happy. I'm so excited to be here.
What makes you most excited about being here today?
The pride, the parade. You know, the people, everything. We are
this is amazing.
Yeah, everyone is welcome here. Do you get that sense? Yeah. No matter what you say, and yeah, you have a right to be here, and you have a right to connect with the community. Does that?
That is absolutely right, and this is like basically the foundation of Canada is to welcome all people from all walks of life, and this is what. For us, like, you know, immigrants, we've been here in Canada for 20 years.
Where are you from?
I'm actually from Cuba. My friends are from Mexico, and we come every year because this is our home. We feel welcome, and we're here to, you know, make it better for everyone. And
such a great message. So we've been talking all day. The Pride theme this year is be ... Be proud, be happy, be. What would you say after the be? Be what?
I just say to people to love each other, to support each other, and, you know, like try to make Canada continue being the great country it is.
I think that's amazing. Thank you so much.
Welcome here to enjoy the parade, you know?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Okay,
All right.
so Bill, as we wrap up this little part of our coverage, we will be back at 7 o'clock to wrap up our Pride Parade coverage.